What's up guys, and welcome back to another video covering Pokemon Sun and Moon, and this is covering a leak basically that we had earlier today. Now we had all the information about starter evolutions and the new Pokepelago and Mega Evolutions and stuff, and there was one teeny little sort of branch of Pokemon that wasn't quite on the ball, did quite sort of think twice, and that was the Spanish branch. On the Spanish website, when they were uploading images, they didn't properly check them over, and for the Pokepelago, there was an image after, just an image uploading to the website that was after the game had finished with the Pokemon and they've collected items, and one of those items was not an item we have seen before. So you can see here, there's the image, and we have obviously different stones. We have Piedra Eterna, Piedra Hielo, Piedra Fuego, Piedra Pomes, Piedra Agua. Now there are 5 there. Eterna obviously being egg, I think it is. So it's literally the Everstone. Of course it is. Eterna, Ever, idiot. Eterna, Everstone, Fuego, Firestone, Pomes, which is egg, I guess. Yeah, egg. Pomes sounds like an egg stone, or something similar to that, I would imagine. And then Agua, obviously water. But what we're zeroing in on is the second one in the list, which is Piedra Hielo. Now, for those of you who don't study Spanish, Hielo is ice, and obviously Piedra is stone. So we have the ice stone here. Wait, we don't have an ice stone, or do we? So obviously they missed this out as they were confirming the images, as they were uploading them basically, and didn't think twice. And it was just on the image when whoever was taking these images in the game, when they were sort of preparing for this, they didn't look at it and didn't notice it. And we had the Piedra Hielo, which pretty much confirms basically, since it was on the Spanish website, it's not from some bootleg website or 4chan. It's just straight up, it's a leak, but it is basically confirmed now. Piedra Hielo, the Ice Stone, and it makes sense they're actually going to get an Ice Stone in this game because it's along with the Fire Stone, and we'll explain why now. Because of course, remember, first up, bit of backstory, we have Vulpix and Ninetails. Now remember, Vulpix evolved into Ninetails through the use of a Fire Stone. Fair enough, they're both Fire types, makes a lot of sense, all good. But then we have the Alolan forms of Vulpix and Ninetails that were revealed, fairly recently, but for Sun and Moon. But how would it make any sense for Vulpix to evolve into Ninetails via a Firestone in its Alolan form? Because you'd have a Ice-type Vulpix evolving into an Ice-type Ninetails with use of a Firestone. Now, it makes a lot of sense that we actually have an Ice Stone, because the Ice Stone then replaces the Firestone here. And of course then it's all happy days. So you'd use a Firestone to evolve Vulpix to Ninetales, but an Ice Stone to evolve an Alolan Vulpix to an Alolan Ninetales. It makes a lot of sense. We did have a chat about this when the Vulpix and Ninetales were originally revealed in their Alolan forms. We were saying, well, how are they going to evolve for this? Still going to use a Firestone, just ignore the fact? No, it seems like they're actually adding an Ice Stone simply for this purpose. Or maybe this was the original reason why it's like, oh, okay, we want to do an Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales, yeah, but what about the Firestone? Oh, I know, we can use this as an excuse to introduce a new evolutionary stone, and that's the Ice Stone. But I don't think it's just going to be for Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. Yes, okay, it has to be added in, but they're not going to add in an Ice Stone for a single evolution. And that would be a bit sort of like, did you really need to? Yes, okay, I guess you needed to, but you could have at least added some more features to it. And how could they do that? Well, of course, ignoring the fact they could add new Pokemon evolve via Ice Stone, I'm sure there'll be at least one new Alolan Pokemon, or new Generation 7 Pokemon that evolves via Ice Stone. Makes a lot of sense that would be, at least. They could also do it on some older Pokemon as well, and retcon some things. Now, the first thing that sprung to mind when I heard about the Ice Stone and what possibilities there could be is, of course, Glaceon. Now, remember, Eevee, Glaceon and Leafeon, or Glaceon and Leafeon generally, were introduced in Generation 4, and the evolution methods for those two, since their introduction, have been level up near, a moss rock, I think it is, or an ice rock. Similar, or dissimilar to the rest of the evolutions, barring Sylveon, because, of course, thinking about it, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, all stones. Umbreon and Eevee, okay, I guess they're not really collected at all, but Eevee and Umbreon and Espeon, they're time-based, but you could still say Duskstone and Dawnstone maybe, because Dusk and Dawn, time, and of course these two are different, and of course you have Sylveon evolving a completely different way again when into Fairy-type moves, so it's not like they are the only ones out, but the thing they could easily do when we have an Ice Stone is they could change, instead of leveling up your Glaceon near an Ice Rock or a Moss Rock, level up, or just use an Ice Stone on it to evolve it, just to make it sort of more similar across the board. And of course, then they could do a similar thing with Leafeon, and of course we have a Leaf Stone already, which you could just use to evolve your Eevee into Leafeon. How likely is this to happen? I'm not going to say it's very likely, because of course they could easily just leave them. It's not like they're the only evolutions not to use stones. It's not like there has to be, sort of completed and wrapped up like that, but they could easily see this as an opportunity to do so, to make the evolutions more similar. And obviously, I wouldn't say they're going to do the same to Espeon and Umbreon, since of course, you know, Dusk, Dawn, Day and Night, that was sort of their thing, and the Sun and Moon, so maybe not, but we'll see. So it's possible they could do that. But the other evolution line I also picked out was Cloyster, or Shoulder and Cloyster. Why did I pick this line out to possibly evolve via Ice Stone now in the future? Well, currently it evolves via the use of a Water Stone, which makes sense, they're water types. However, bear in mind that Shoulder is a pure water type and Cloyster is a water ice type, which means it gains the ice type upon evolution. So wouldn't it make a bit more sense to use an Ice Stone rather than a Water Stone if it's gaining the ice type? Just in my opinion, it would make more sense. Will they do it? I don't know. They could decide not to do any changes to any previous Pokemon and leave them exactly how they are and just focus on future, ice type Pokemon evolving and do it like that. Or they could do some changes there, which they do. I'm not sure really. As I said, they could easily retcon Glaceon and Leafeon, or they could leave them exactly how they are. The only difference would be they'd have to carry on putting Moss Rocks and Ice Rocks in future games, which isn't too much of a bother. Just have to say, okay, there's a snowy mountain, put the Ice Rock up there. Oh, they've got loads of forest, let's just put the Moss Rock on one of those. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just, I guess, another inconvenience they have to remember to do. And as the generations go on, they have to do, okay, we need an Ice Rock and Moss Rock for Glaceon and Leafeon. Okay, we need this for this. We need someone to teach Sacred Sword. We need someone to teach Rexall. It stacks up every generation going on. So possibly they're looking ways to shave this off and do so there. It's one possibility. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think they're going to do, and any other possibilities you could see the Ice Stone having on previous Pokemon. Do you think, maybe one other idea was thinking was Snorunt to Glalie, because we have Snorunt to Frostlass is a Dawnstone, so maybe they could use the Ice Stone, Snorunt to Glalie, and just sort of to complete the line and tie it all together so they all evolve via stone rather than one being level up on one stone. There's another possibility there. Let me know down below what you think they're going to do, and if you enjoyed this short video, hit the like button. But for now, this is going to be it for today. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.